Preparing the live stream.
Yes, preparing a live stream and got it. It's preparing. And then all I need to do is, yay. So now I'm live on my Facebook. So I'm going to go here and copy that so I can get it into the group because that's where I really want them not to miss this wonderful thing. And here you are live. So let me open that and then I copy. Okay. And then I'm going to go to my group. Thank you, everybody, for being so patient. You're going to love hearing from my friend Mike here. How do I do this? Home and then group. We're still going, right?
It says we're recording and it says we're on Facebook.
Okay. And do you see it too?
I'm not looking on Facebook. I just see it on the top of my Zoom screen.
Okay. Because I didn't, I may have clicked us out. So I just want to double
Yeah,
check.
yeah,
Nope.
double check this one.
It looks like we're good to go. That's awesome. I'm just going
That
to
is
double
awesome.
check on my phone because, this is good stuff. And we're just going to take a few minutes of your time. Yep, it says I'm live. So if you're
And I
watching
see I
live,
see you and I see me on my little phone. Yay.
all right. So thank you for taking the time to be here. I am just wanting to come on from my heart today because I'm seeing the scenes coming out of North Carolina and all the damage in Georgia where Mike is from the Atlanta area. And I'm just feeling so sad for everybody and wishing much success in the cleanup and many prayers. I was the victim of a 1,000-year flood, lost everything in the flood. Actually met my husband Bob now almost together 30 years because of the flood. 200 homes were lost. I lost everything and it was very devastating and it was nothing compared to what I'm seeing. So my hearts are really going out. But it really reminded me of the importance of having a backup plan because when I broke my leg and lost my farm, I did not have a backup plan. And even me, who had been highly educated with a business plan, a small business administration, I was very prepared, Mike, and I wasn't, as
Yeah.
you know. And Mike knows my story, and that's why I'm bringing him on. He is my dear friend. We've known each other many years. So I first started back in after I broke my leg in network marketing with a company that Mike and I were in together. We were selling video communication tools before anybody knew about Zoom, and it was really fun. We rode the ride, and we've known each other a long time. And he was my first customer to come over with me to Isogenics, and I'm so grateful that I did that because what by far the best in the industry. All the way down, and it's been life changing for both of us. So I wanted to bring Mike on. Mike is a very successful radio ad salesman. If you want to have radio ad time anywhere in Georgia, Mike, or wherever you're at, your area is, you got to call Mike. He makes a very good living. Okay, this guy is not in need of money, and yet, as he will tell you, as he shares a little bit with you his story, that he's not. He is in need of more time
Mhm.
and less stress. So
Indeed.
we know what that's like. So, Mike, I wanted to come share primarily too with our group, people who follow me on my timeline, my YouTube channel. They're all interested in how they can live with more. Let me turn that off before it bothers us. Live with more joyful wellness, more community, and more health because health is our wealth. So, Mike,
Health is so
tell us
well,
where
for
you're
sure.
at. Share your story, hon, because you have a good one.
Yeah, I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I like Janice said, I've known her since I guess they turned the clock back to what 2016, 2015, 2016, something like that. We first met through our
Actually,
previous
earlier.
company,
Yeah.
and I've been in the advertising business for 30 years. I came out of it when I was or came into it when I was out of college in 1994, and started without ever selling anything. I tell people, I say, those boxes of candy that you're supposed to sell when you're in the clubs in high school. My mother was a school teacher. She was an elementary school teacher. So this was my extent of my sales understanding. I said, Mom, here's a box of candy. Take it, put it in the teacher's lounge. When the candy's gone and the money's there, bring the money back. That was my 100% sales experience prior to getting to ad sales. So I got a guy who offered me a job straight out of college, making a heck of a lot more money than I would have been as a television reporter. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. He said, give it 6 months. If you fall flat on your face, then I'll give you an introduction to my brother who works at uh, oh, I forget, RMS or something, a television station up in Richmond, Virginia. And I thought, I'm going to hate sales. I mean, I absolutely hate this. I'll do it for 6 months just so I can get a bigger market in Richmond, Virginia, and become a reporter. Well, that didn't happen because I found out I enjoyed sales, and I enjoyed not just sales, but the connection, connecting with people, connecting with businesses, and helping them solve their marketing problems, helping them get more people to try. And that, in essence, is exactly what we do here in Isogenics. All we're charged with doing is getting people to try. Marketing is all of that. It's just getting people to try. And that's what I've been doing for 30 years in the advertising business, both in radio and now in the digital space nationwide. So that being said, I make a good living. I've made a six-figure living since I was 30 years old, and now I'm 52. I know because I take the NAD with telomere support and all the other things that we have. I know that I look like 35 or 36, but don't let the youthfulness and my non-gray hair fool you. I am 52 and have been excited about this business for a while. And the reason I'm excited about it, Janice, is this is number one, health. You can't get back your health, right? You can always build more wealth, but you can't build more health. You have to really take that seriously. And the reality was, turn the clock back to when I started with Isogenics back in what 2018. I started with Isogenics in 2018. I was overweight. I was a big guy. I was a big guy. Had a lot of extra visceral fat, which I learned about, which was impacting my organs. I was not even able to walk with my kids. I was not able to go outside and play with them. And I have three. I have one that's 23 now. I have one that's 15 and one that is 12. And I was unable to do anything with them outside. I was just a bump on the log. And I thought, you know what? I have got to change the way I do my life. And if I make any money at this, that's great. But the most important thing for me was for me to change my health. And in a short amount of time, I started noticing, man, I've got more energy. I've dropped inches. At first, I dropped inches before I dropped pounds, and I noticed that my pants were not, they were fitting a lot looser, and then the pounds started coming off. And this is not like a fad diet. It's not like something. Well, okay, I'm going to go eat. I'm going to eat barbecue and bacon for 30 days to lose 20 pounds. I'm not doing that because that's clogging your arteries and doing all kinds of bad crap that you don't want to do. I went with a health approach through Isogenics. And what happened was, fast forward now, I have lost over 60 pounds. I was in a 46 at one time. I was in a 46 waist, and now I can fit into a 36 or a 38, depending on who cuts the slacks, right? So a 36 or a 38, and I feel better. I have more energy, and I'm just charged. I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about the lives that we're able to change. I'm excited about people that are going to get their health back.
Gosh, you are excited. I can feel it all the way over here in Maui. And I love that we have known each other for a long time. I've known Mike through a lot in his life. I've seen him become the shrinking man. And he just looks so much more vibrant and has a glow that he didn't have. And I just remember, and he remembers me when I had dark hair and when I cut it all off and when I started over. I mean, he's seen how that products have affected me as well as all the people that we've helped. And it's been such a blessing for community. But Mike, share a little bit about how you love what you do in sales, of course, and you love your job, so to speak, but you're tired of the commute and you're tired of certain things and that you would love to have a different lifestyle. Tell us a
Absolutely.
little bit about that.
After watching Jimmy Smith a little bit earlier today, I mean, you can't help but be inspired by that gentleman who started it. And when he was 74 years old, he's 96
76,
now.
76.
90, 70, what's that?
So I thought it was 76.
He said he was 74, and when he went back to have his age dated by his cellular date, they dated him as 73. He's 96 years old now.
That's amazing.
Amazing. This guy has turned his health around. So, and he was a butcher, right? He was a butcher. Okay, so yeah, he wanted to get out of the meat cleaving business. I've been in the advertising business, like I mentioned, for 30 years. I've been very successful at it. Here's the challenge. When you work in a large market like I do in Atlanta, and I live, like most people, in the suburbs, and I'm about 35 miles away from my office. Used to be that I could get into my office in 45 minutes. Now it's an hour and a half or 2 hours inbound and outbound. It's some of the nastiest traffic I've ever seen in my life. And I've been on the 405 in Los Angeles, and it Is comparable. It's comparable to the 405 in LA. So that's what I'm saying to some of Atlanta's and some of the world's worst traffic. So when I leave my office at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I know it's going to be 6:30 or 7 before I make it home. I have to get up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning because I have an 8:30 sales meeting that I'm required to be at. So, listen, it's a good business I'm in. I have not had a bad run. It's not like I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, I've got to find something to do to get me out because I'm not making enough money. I make a good living. I make a very, very comfortable six-figure living. But what I don't have is I don't have a very comfortable time window. And that's something you can never get back. You can never get back the time. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Time is a very finite resource. And the thought I have here is just like Jimmy Smith said earlier, you start with your list. Start with a list. Get 100 to 200 names on your list and just always keep 100 to 200 names on your list and get excited about sharing with them. Number one, the question Jimmy Smith asked, and I'm going to start asking this tomorrow. Would you like to be healthy for the rest of your life? Who would say no to that, right? And then the second question is,
Not me.
yeah. Would you like to be wealthy for the rest of your life? I think that's a pretty automatic too, right? And then the third question, do you know 2 to 5 people who want to be healthy and wealthy for the rest of their life? And of course, that answer is going to be yes too, right? So that is an automatic qualification. If you know those, if you three answers of yes on those three questions, you are ready to build this business. And I am excited about building with Janice because you know what? I've piddled with this. If I'm going to be completely transparent and honest, I have piddled with this because I make a little money here, make a little money there. I get my products paid for. I get to go out to the celebration, go to New Year's kickoff, and all the different company events. And I strongly urge you to do that because you need to have that social proof and be around all the excitement because that energy is so vibratory, encouraging, and exciting. But what I really have come to the conclusion is if Jimmy Smith can do it at 74 and make $74 million, and all he's doing is asking those three questions and walking people through the information we have, why can't you do it? Why can't I do it? Why can't Janice do it? And
Well,
if you're saying I'm not able to, then get with Janice and me. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it
here's
out
the
together.
deal. But here, yes, awesome. But here's the deal, just to back up a little bit with Jimmy Smith. He's the number one top earner in the entire industry. And this industry does a lot of good for people. And he's also the number one earner in our company. So people are not going, I always say, like, be like Jimmy. But the reality is most people are just wanting an extra 300 to 500 a month to get by. And
Sure.
those are the people that I really like to help because I remember when I lost everything and was really hit with an unexpected event.
Mm,
Okay. This is what we need to be prepared for. Even though you have a good income, something could happen to that income. So we always want to have that backup plan, that side gig. And most people I talk to are making multiple incomes. They've invested with their earnings and they are creating that recurring income. So I love to help people that want to do that, whether that's just being a brand partner and like an affiliate type thing, or actually doing what Mike's talking about here, which is creating a lifestyle change for him so that he can earn himself some more time. And I totally agree. We can't get our health or our time back. And we want to take those proactive steps every day. So I try to connect with new people all the time to reach out and see how I can bless them. One thing I was so impressed with, and I know you meet these people, are coaches, transformational coaches. It's a big space, very full space. We have hypnotherapy coaches, Reiki coach, all kinds of coaches that are working to help their clients really, optimize the quality of life like we are. And I like the idea of partnering with them to help them create that recurring income to support their clients better, but also to earn that recurring income because as Mike said, has earned a little here and there. And when we focus, and I've seen it with him over the years, when he focuses in on sharing his story, he earns a little money. And then he gets busy with life and stress and then focuses back in on it, earns a little money. So I just encourage everybody in my group and the people who follow us and are interested in more holistic, authentic, sustainable wellness, that you find something you can wake up every morning with passion about, that you can lock arms with a community that will support you. Our mission is to be the largest healthiest community on earth and to impact a billion lives. This is a big deal. And really to take away financial and physical pain. It's a combo. When you have stress, it affects your health. It is the number one killer. I know it darn near killed me, and I've seen what it does on people. So I know that I've been doing this a lot of years, and I know right now a lot more people are reaching out looking for ways to earn extra income. $500 a week can make a huge difference. So we don't make income claims. We tell you what's possible. And what's possible is whatever you want to make it, however you want to focus in on what's possible. And we're here to support. We want you to feel better. I've seen Mike completely transform, and really learn a lot about this industry as well. And Jimmy Smith, who he's speaking about, we have such great respect for this man. He teaches so much. You know, he shared that in 40 years being a butcher, okay, he started this after he retired from being a butcher. In 40 years being a butcher, he earned $400,000. That averages out to 40,000 a year, and he raised 5 daughters on that. That's not a big income. He knows what it's like to really make those dollars stretch. I do too. I'm certainly not as good as he is clearly, but he then took on network marketing after he retired. And look what he's done. 96-year-old, still carrying on incredible conversations, teaching and sharing and making a difference. So I don't know about you. I know Mike feels this way. We want to make a difference
Yeah.
for the rest of our lives. There's no retire in my word. I'm very inspired by my entrepreneurial parents. My stepmom, shout out to her. She's just always never gives up. And that is what we do. And so, you know, Mike has such a great story. There's more to it. And I encourage you that if you want to talk story with Mike more, you should reach out to him and schedule with him. He has a link, Calendly link. You can put it in the comments of all the videos when I share them, and connect with him because, you know, Mike, you know what stress can do. If you wanted to just
I
close
do.
out and share with that, you know, one last thought about how this has really helped you with stress. I think
Oh my
people would
goodness.
appreciate that. They're under stress.
I take an adaptogen elixir every night before I go to bed. It has shown me that I can sleep better, I rest better. And when you do that, your stress level, you're able to combat that. When you've got good nutrition and good sleep, you're able to combat the stress. And then when you're in the middle of the day, sometimes you need maybe a quick e-shot, maybe something, a little pick-me-up, but that's also got our adaptogens in it. So not only are you getting the quick pick-me-up and a to boost to get you through the day and mental clarity, but you're also managing through your stress with the adaptogens. And the beautiful thing about adaptogens is if you're stressed out, adaptogens will help you lower your stress level. If you're kind of down and out, adaptogens will pick you up and bring you in. That's why they're called adaptogens, because they adapt to where your body needs it the most. And I'll say this one final thing, too. You're talking about transformations from 6 years ago, not being able to walk a half a mile with my kids to now doing 10 to 15 miles a day on my bicycle. I'm not talking about a motorcycle or an e-bike. I'm talking pure pedal power. And I'm doing 10 to 15 miles per night. And I'm just excited about being that fit at 52. I am fitter and better off at 52 than I was at 32.
Mike, that is so brilliant. And I know from at least the 10 years or however long we said it was, I've seen a transformation. And I know that you're in a relationship and you're happy and you get to spend time with your kids. And I mean, you do know what's important. And so I'm
Yes.
just grateful that you've been on this ride with me because I'll always say you're my first customer, and sustainable, right? And you still order. So let me just tell you this, if you are out there wanting to help your clients, you can help them. And then guess what? They're going to be ordering for years and years and years. And this is recurring income for you.
Yeah, and I'll leave with this, and people always say, well, how long do I have to take that? I mean, do I have to keep ordering that stuff month in and month out? And my response always to that is no, 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 you don't. If you feel good like you were, stop ordering. Go back to that. And if that's what you want, that's the outcome of your life that you want, then I'm not going to hold a gun to your head. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But if you want to feel this good and feel the energy and the vitality of life, then why would you stop? Why would you stop this? I mean, it just doesn't make sense when people say, well, how long do I got to take it? Well, well, how long do you want to feel good? How long do you want to have energy? How long do you want to be your best self? You answer that question and you'll answer that question for yourself.
Yeah, and how long, how long do you plan on eating?
Yeah.
Because really it's functional foods and beverages. When we address those deficiencies and the stress and the toxins, the magic happens. And those deficiencies aren't just nutritional. We talk a lot about that, but they're also emotional and spiritual. We got to change the messages we're feeding ourselves. And I've seen you really, really work hard on the whole package. And so I think that our nutrition supports that. So we're so blessed. Again, if you want to talk to Mike more, because he could go on, and I could certainly see why people buy radio ads from you, because you really are good at it, and your voice, you should be really in radio. Your voice is so good. That's what you should do. And I know you told me a long time ago you did some radio, so maybe when you can actually have some more flexibility, you'll have some time to play around with your voice more, because
Here's
it's
what I'm thinking.
very
Instead
good.
of that, you and I would just do a podcast about the success that we're having and building and share that. That'll scratch my radio microphone bug, and we can talk about the goodness of isogenics together. That'll be a two birds kill two birds with one stone.
I would love that, Mike. And you're so good at stuff. You could maybe could edit it and we could have it, because right now mine are very raw. I'd like to get it a little bit more fun. But yes, thank you. God, we've been on almost 30 minutes. And I just really want to tell you, if you're looking for solutions, if you're lonely, if you're not feeling good, if your hair is falling out, if things are not going so well, if you just need to pick me up and some support, we're really good to talk to, because both of us have been through the ringer a few times, and we've come out to the other side, and we know the power of healthy choices. And if you are a business owner, and I know Mike talks to a lot of them all day long, estheticians, some med spa, whatever, these kind of businesses can benefit from what we have. Our collagen was just featured in October's British Vogue Super as a must have beauty essential. I love that. It's our biggest seller by far. And it's just powerful, that collagen, the first of its kind. And there is no comparison. So I love it. And look at Mike's great skin and hair. He speaks wonders for it. And of course, I do too. I'm always flashing the hair. Anyway, thank you so much. And Mike's going to put his Calendly link in there, book with him and talk to him for a few minutes, have a coffee chat. Maybe he can even support your business if you're in the Georgia. Are you all over Georgia? What's your deal
We
there?
we are, and now that we have our digital capabilities, we have a nationwide digital ad agency called Salem Surround. And find more about that at salemsurround.com. And I can handle everything worldwide actually now.
Well, you
Anything
and I
worldwide.
need to talk about that digital stuff, because I know you've mentioned that before, but there might be some possibilities with that, especially with there's so many people out there Googling and searching for new naturally sourced vitamins. They want to move away from the synthetic, right? And every vitamin out there enriched in the foods or on the bottle that you buy are made in a lab, unfortunately, but that's the way we've had to do it. But now we're kind of bringing it into the future, more technologically advanced, where we're going to get that whole food, 21 of the amino acids, vitamins and minerals that we need, and in a naturally sourced form, plus they're in our shake. So with this could be something with a digital ad. And if you have a business, because I have a lot of friends who are entrepreneurs, if you have a business you want to talk to Mike about is digital advertising, or you're in the Georgia area, you could talk to him about that. He's really good at what he does, and he can work out something that will work for you. And you can talk to him about his isogenics journey, and you can join our team, because we want to help you. We want to support you.
Absolutely.
So
Thanks for
thank you,
coming on.
Mike.
Thanks
You're
for
so
having me on,
welcome.
James. See you.
Bye. Aloha.